यहाँ पर मौका मिल जाएगा रिवाइव देने का, लेकिन मल सेकंड यहाँ पे डाउन कर दिया जाएगा। और वहीं दूसरी तरफ
disconnect.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the final day of the qualification process, I might add, of Free Fire Pro League. Because for the next 2 hours, Tanya, we're going to be getting the answer of one very important question. Which 12 teams are going to qualify the grand finals of the Free Fire Pro League?
Absolutely. Today it is the final day to show some skills and all the best of the skills possible to just qualify towards the grand finals. Well, I do have concern for Total Gaming. If they are not able to up their skill set or at least preview their skill set today, they might not get qualified. But certainly Team SHUL is also again going to participate, who are in top 5. They have stumbled down to position 8. So maybe we are going to see some upshifts there as well, because we have seen the growth coming in. But there's one team, one giant among all, whom we should be talking about, Team Elite. How outstandingly well they have been on each day from day one until now. But yesterday we did see they were not able to cross the 100 marker, and now today each and every team is going to go for 200% to just qualify. So today Team Elite will also be under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the real battle's in the midfield, and that's due to the format, right? So let's quickly head to the format and see how it actually fruition to where we are at the moment. So it all started in the FFC mode in the start of June, and we've progressed through 6 grueling match days, right? This right now, ladies and gentlemen, is match day 6. So it is going to be today that decides the fate for 12 of these teams in the grand finals. And we've got to see a lot of amazing Booyah action. Week 1 was a week of dominance. Week 2 was a week of resurgence. And week 3 was a week of brilliance, at least so far. And we can only hope for the best, right? Because with the way it's gone so far, the midfield seems very heavily contested. And I think all eyes are going to be there. You know, teams like SATUL, Galaxy Racers, teams like even captains, for that fact, are going to be duking it out, and it's all going to be decided just by a matter of points, Tanya. A couple of them.
Absolutely. We did see the prize pool of 35 lakh, which will be divided into all the teams. No team is going to go empty-handed. And coming back to points table, well, the placement, the first team who takes away the Booyah is going to get 12 points, and the bottom 2 are not going to get any points at all. So at least to secure one standing point, you have to make sure you come within top 10. And this is match day 6, going live real shortly. All the best to all 12 teams participating, and certainly by the end of the day, we will get to see who those 12 teams are who are going to head towards the grand finals. So it is going to be an intense day. Well, heat might be already rising. We have seen the rotations in Bermuda, which will not be the case of scenario. Coming back to Galaxy Racer, well, they are safe as of now, looking good to go. They are able to perform. They are within the top 8, indeed on the 8th position, and with the chance provided, they are going to make sure that Vasio does go ahead. We also see SHUL captains, Total Gaming, PVS Esports, Life Hackers in Group A. For Group C, we see Team Elite, TSM, LVL, Survivor 4M, YKZ Seniors, and OP Boys. So the competition is rising, the heat is rising. What do you think? From which team do you expect a lot coming up, OG?
I mean, we did get to see a brief display of brilliance from Group C yesterday, right? Like from Team Elite, TSM, FTX, Survivor 4AM as well back in the last Booyah. But today, my eyes are going to be on team captains. Like they've been mentioning throughout their mixtapes, they'll look to show a new face of their roster, right? They want to try and rebrand themselves. They not only want to rebrand themselves, they also want to rediscover themselves. You know, it's not only about trying to potentially change your game, take a break, but it's also about how you perceive the game, how the game perceives you as well. So yeah, it's going to be a team that I look forward to a lot. I'm expecting a couple of nice results from them to hopefully propel them ahead in the leaderboards. And this is going to be our standard map rotation for today. It starts off, we have the repeat of the same. It's going to be a lot of discovery on the side of Group A because they've not played in yesterday's matches, right? They were not present on Saturday. So they might have that element of surprise, Tanya. I think that's something we should look forward to.
Absolutely, we should look forward to. But coming back towards the game, first map is going to be Bermuda. We have seen a little bit of holding, spread outs, no early battles. But I don't think today it is going to be a serious case of scenario. Each and every team will go ahead, try to pick up some extra points, and maybe if the last survivor would want to go ahead, they might go for a passive approach to acquire some extra standing points. So today the battle is not only going to go ahead with the kills, but placement are also going to matter. And Bermuda is one of the favorite map and one of the oldest map for me as well. It is one of the most convenient map where you can even take a chance, you can even go ahead with the risk. We really don't know which team might go ahead, pick up the risk of early elimination whatsoever, but element of surprise which you talked about, let's see which team will drop where, because drop points are already, like, they've already owned some of the grounds. If you look at Team Elite, they have already owned Cape Town. Same way Galaxy Racers, somewhere they were into Mill, but having Total Gaming, they will not set well into the clock tower. So ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the first match for day 6, and the map is going to be Bermuda.
It is going to be Bermuda. I'm having a mixed feeling about Bermuda right now, Tanya, because if you remember all the way back in week 1, right, that's when Total Gaming were just completely hot dropping in every map. Now, they seem to be far behind on the leaderboard. If they need to make their way back, it needs to be on the back of a lot of kills. That means, potentially taking a lot of early fights. You think that's something that they might have in their mind?
Let's see what do they have in their mind, because certainly Mars Electrics has got overpopulated. Survivor 4M decided to land there, and then ultimately, as always, FTX is spreading into split of 50-50, two at Factory, two at Mars, and Survivor would want to go towards Sentosa where nobody else is, but there's something important there, which is highest resource zone. Let's head towards Team Elite here. Pochinock out of nowhere. It is not Cape Town. They do have some new strategies, they do have some new plans, and now certainly are able to pick down LVL-Iconic. First blood coming within the first 2 minutes of the first match for the day. It is an aggressive day as we predicted, OG.
What a nice start. This has been Team Elite's turf. I'd say they've been looking real consistent. Decent bit of it's nice to see them, confident so early. Just himself, and now the Total Gaming, a team that we wanted to see a lot of, Tanya, has gotten a decent start, but they've lost the lead in the process. Hey, not a bad trade. 4 kill points for one teammate. You can still go ahead as that 3-man roster, and it's just the start, right? They can heal up. There's a lot they can do now with rotations.
And on their home ground, YKZ Seniors did make a mistake to land up there, where they are the masters in winning any battles of Mill. So certainly it is Mafia who was able to, and one going into the hands of coming back is your count. Let's see what else comes next.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to this because Total Gaming have not had a good week 1 or a week 2, right, Tanya? I think both of us can agree to say that this is not the championship level Total Gaming that we all know and love. It'll be nice for them to show some results now. It's better now than never, right? You at least have this a little margin to potentially derail, a team that might make it through. Of course, there are 12 slots, so they still stand a chance of inching it from the bottom, but it's going to be a very, very long journey. And hey, it's a marathon, not a race. They've gotten off to a flying start. I want to see them carry forward this momentum. PVS is another team that I don't think that we bring into the limelight as a lot. They have a very nice eye when it comes to rotations. They've always played their rotation game safe, but even when they get into safe positions, they get into bad situations. I feel like that's something that might be a little external, something that they might be able to solve with just time and a little bit of patience.
Absolutely. It is going to be a play of patience for each and every team who is not willing to pick up the battle and are waiting for the circle to force them into any battle, or maybe in the search of hard compound as well. Well, coming back to the team PVS, which we have not talked much about, this is a team on position 15 right now. They have got a very strong chance because the buffer from position 12 until 15 is not much. It is easily achievable. So they have got a perfect chance to reach into top 12. And talking about 12th position, well, we can also see Total Gaming with 15 points of buffer. So Total Gaming has also got a very strong chance. On Graveyard, we can see Team OP boys. Well, they're all good. They're all spread out, trying to accumulate the loot. And we also have the circle ready. Just common Bermuda typical circle where we see Peak, Clock Tower, Pochinok Factory into within the circle, and some parts of Catalystava as well. Well, I do see the momentum coming
Yeah.
in from Team SHUL against LVL-Iconic. They have already lost one player against Team Elite. Are they ready for this battle? It is going to be a squad versus 4. If they lose any further, the chance of reaching into top 3 with some good amount of kills is going to be a dream for sure.
Yeah, and I love these early peak fights if they do take place because we have PVS as well, right? Teams like SATUL, like PVS, are going to rely on these teams like Iconic, in fact. Not SATUL, they're already a decent bit ahead. So Iconic and PVS are going to be looking to perhaps bag a couple of nice kill points and set up for a later circle. Of course, we've seen a lot of teams do this lately with their early real estate towards peak. SATUL are not going to commit as much though. For now, LVL-Iconic, they back up as well. They do not want to give away the real estate that they know is at hand. PVS though, I think LVL-Iconic aren't aware of their positioning. This could be massive. This could be PVS's chance not only back on the leaderboard, but also to get peak under their belt.
Absolutely. Acquiring the best compound of peak is going to be one of the strategy where you can hold on to, because the circle is supporting peak at this point of time. Coming back to PVS, well, the fight is all nowhere around. They're not sharing the grounds very close, and FTX is all set already within the grounds of factory. All 4 players reunited. Let's see who is going to escalate the battle here. PVS on the left hand side, Iconic, LVL-Iconic and SHL in the mid, and FTX quite too far away. Well, talking about FTX, a team who is on position 5, very close to reach the 200 marker, and many more matches to go ahead. Not initiated battle, going passive, going slow. We cannot say going passive for sure. They've landed on the home ground, but yeah, going slow for sure. Not picking up the early rotation, waiting for the circle to show where exactly pick the movement towards.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, Team Elite are just camping. They're just waiting. They're gonna rotate late. I'm a little afraid because I don't want to see that same Team Elite performance. There's a lot of room for teams to make it up there, like Galaxy Racers and Captains. So this duel is going to be interesting. If this battle does commence, it might be a very decisive battle to open the day off with. For now, Captains, due to their early rotation and early investment in this real estate, they have the benefit of the doubt here. They could be the ones initiating on their terms, and it's their turf after all. Out in the open, it's going to be Nivesh who opens fire at. I think he's isolated, right? Yeah, Captains are playing relatively split. Galaxy Racers, though, already committing that rotation. Golden has another comrade who's reached on top. Oh, this is iffy position for Galaxy Racers, but just due to the fact that they have Marty on the vehicle, it's going to be easy for them to rotate back in, right? That's going to make the world of difference because now they have speed on their side. Captains can't do a thing. Their position given away. Galaxy Racers, they have the number and they have their address.
Absolutely, and it is Golden who has already initiated this particular journey and doesn't want to pick up fight. He is going for a place and scouting a good hard compound. Well, talking about Merriex is just above Captain, just behind the squad house where they are holding on to. And we can also see some summon airdrop being called by Team SATUL. Galaxy Racer is also reaching the same vicinity, sharing the same grounds now. It is going to be way more intense. We can see total of 5 teams, and well, Team SATUL did not call for the summon airdrops. Team SHL went ahead with the natural airdrop. They are getting the advantage here. But
Oh,
Vasya certainly is not going to get any advantage here. Mr. Jay Whitey is ready with the Woodpecker. They already taken him down, and Galaxy Racer is going to have a bad struggle. We already see life hackers here trying to attack Galaxy Racer's Golden. Golden with little to no HP is taken down as well by Predator, and it is going to be Predator who would want to confirm the first kill for himself, and indeed he does it flawlessly.
yeah, he does. And this was a weird rotation for Galaxy Basers, right? Because it felt like both TSM FTX and Team Lifehack were already set up perfectly, and Galaxy Basers, they made that hasty rotation after their fight with Captains. After that small skirmish, they wanted to take that aggressive rotation, and that they knew in the back of their minds always going to be a risk. And what was the cost for victory? Almost everything. Those are not great odds, Tanya. The circle's right about a spawn, so I'm interested to see how the rotation is going to be forced out now, because that's going to be the incentive for some of these teams to move out from their free real estate to open cover. And it's going to be a pretty interesting circle, because it's going to have a lot of real estate already gathered up, right? You can see almost it's only 4 teams outside the circle, for that matter of fact. So a lot of real estate that teams got early is going to pay massively now, and it's going to be a huge problem for teams to take calculated fights later, because the potential for third party here goes up tenfold.
Absolutely, but let's see what happens here. It is going to be Mr. Jay Whitey on the terrace of the factory, landing here, very intelligent, calling some summon airdrops, even smart way to get the best of loots possible. And now Barca Boy is in trouble. Well, the circle is going to be a cluster of all teams, mix of all teams. We can see Total Gaming also entering through the peak area where they might be gate kept by Iconic. SHL is also waiting there. Team Elites, Pahari, he can easily be spotted on the circle, on the map. They are just behind Total Gaming, where he can definitely initiate the battle. Let's see if he is willing to, or if he is not. Well, Mr. Jay Whitey will also have to face some struggle. Danger zone just above the head. Barca Boy has nowhere to go. If he goes ahead, he's going to be the victim of life hackers. If he go front, he's going to be the victim of Team FTX. Well, Total Gaming with total of 4 kills from mill until here. They have paved their way very flawlessly, very easily.
Yeah, smart rotations. They've not committed to any fights. Still having that 3-man roster up, it's going to help them at this point. Of course, they're going to be the ones who are going to face the wrath of the third circle, so they need to be ready to fight. But now, though, I think this is just Predator waiting out. You know, he's playing the game of patience. He knows that Barca Boy is going to go out there. So, yeah, it's just going to be a game of who's gonna have the Golden Veins. Survivor 4 AM. I think we saw them do a similar strategy yesterday on the last map of Kalahari, right? All they did was try to cartwheel. They tried to play the topography in a situation where everybody else dukes it out and they go for the booyah. So that's gonna be something interesting to see if they're gonna repeat that strategy. For now though, LVL-Iconic catching out Team Elite. If there's one team that LVL-Iconic should not have tried to disturb, it's Team Elite.
Absolutely, Team Elite will not let the players get down so easily on their knees. Aladdin has been taken down. It is Killer who is starting to rush already, trying to confirm the knock yet again. Iconic holding the position, healing up. Angry has already exposed himself. 2 trees with the distance, 2 players holding the cover, using the glue wall as well. Well, Roni Negi is a little extended compared to other players here. Let's see RDP versus Roni Negi, who is going to win the battle. Aladdin is again spotted by Killer and already confirmed flawlessly with the org that he's using. Angry is also taken down. Pahari with the K9 attack. 1 shot, 1 knock, and the second shot to just confirm. And RDP is also able to win the duel against Roni Negi. So LVL-Iconic is out of the server for the first match for the day, and Team Elite is going to survive with total of 3 kills. And all 4 men standing tall. Total Gaming here, tanking up a little bit of zone damage. Barca Boy holding the sniper tower. Well, if you look at the current standing, Team Elite is already having a very good score of 277. Wow. So today, for sure, they are going to cross over the 3rd century as well.
I mean, yeah, that's certainly a possibility. Interested to see how teams like TSM FTX, SATOL, Galaxy Basers are going to reply in kind, because that's quite a lead that Team Elite have gathered. But again, it's going to be a battle of the midfield, right? Nobody's looking to dethrone Team Elite at the moment. That could happen in the finals maybe. But for now, it's just going to be making it there. You need to make that one more step to cement yourself on that big stage. Let's see who is going to be doing it. The first step of that, of course, could be winning at Bermuda. So whoever